Hello everyone and welcome to the second race of the Chicagoland doubleheader weekend here for the McDonald's McPick 2 300 race number 2. The final race before the race. Once again, like yesterday, joining me in the booth is Peter.
We got 54 laps of action coming up here today, and obviously the main focus can finally be who's going to make that chase and who's going to be out. We've got guys still trying to point their way, and we got guys still trying to fight for those wild card spots. The top 17 in points are still eligible, although for some of those guys way down the order, it'll take a lot. But the highest of our wild card contenders right there in fourth, the 82, Irving Allison.
Allison, of course, got that win at Memphis earlier this season. He sits 10th in points, 12 points behind Carter Friesen, who sits 8th in the point standings. But he is one of those wild card drivers. He has about 9 points over Alex Peters in that 45, who was involved in the big one yesterday. Behind Irving is his teammate, Alex Benyako. Benyako sits 9th in points with 0 wins. So either today he'd have to win this race and get that wild card spot, or has to beat Carter Friesen. And Friesen starting at the back because of some damage. That will be a much harder task for Carter to make it in, but Carter does have a win as well.
Friesen was taken out in one of the many accidents we saw yesterday, so that's why we have a very small invert. I think only about the top 13 did, so last time out, our winner, Jake Jefferson, starting right there in 13th, but Friesen from 15th, that's going to be a good cushion because he's starting ahead of some of these other wild card guys who got into some carnage last time out.
One other story we're looking at, there are 4 drivers locked into the chase right now. Austin Murray, who was locked in before yesterday's race. Carson Bauers locked himself in yesterday. Matty Porta did as well, and Logan Cloud does not have the points cushion, but he does have the 2 wins, and since Jay Jefferson would be the only other driver, only one driver could win 2 races this season if they won today. Logan Cloud pretty much locked in. But Carson Bauers, after Austin Murray got crashed out early yesterday, Murray rolls off from 35th. Carson Bauers rolls off from 11th. He's only 4 points behind Murray entering this for the regular season title. That could be some major bonus points for him because he does not have a win. Right now, he would only be getting 10 bonus points for being second.
Taking a look away from the chase real quick before we get the commands to start engines up. A little bit of track adjustment. They try and slow the cars down a little bit. They've sweeped off some of the excess asphalt. That'll slow some of these guys down. But unfortunately, 2 drivers were hurt last time out. Sebastian Kukulon and Larry Hagan, and they're both separate hard accidents. They were cleared to race today, but if they get caught up in something today, we'll definitely have to take a look at them post-race. But hopefully they're all right, and hopefully we have a clean race, but we're set to fire the engines here from Chicagoland.
Few seconds away from the command. We thank you guys for tuning in all regular season long for the NSDCA. So let's go ahead down trackside, get the commands to fire the engines. The 15th and final race of the regular season before we set our 10 driver playoffs for the end of the season. Engines are fired, 40 drivers rolling off for 54 laps here at the McDonald's McPick 2 300 race number 2. Chicagoland. Zachary Fitzwater finished 13th yesterday, starts on pole today. Alex Fletcher alongside him. Neil Allison, Porta, Benyako, Jackson, Spurley, Tube, Foster, and Gibson, your top 10. A lot of drivers in this grid did not get inverted. They all pretty much were a lap down or crashed, but the few guys that were inverted, who do you think is going to benefit the best out of all of them?
Got to look at that outside line for those 2 Shea Burkhart racing trucks, Irving Allison and Alex Benyako. Alex is 9th in points and does not have a win, so he'll need to possibly lock down the win today to get a wild card spot or point his way in because he's only 9 out of the bubble. His teammate Irving Allison is 18 out, 11th in points. He has the second wild card. DJ Curtis still has the first. But if Irving wins too, jumps into the top 8 of points and could end up pushing that 83 out, might get a big talking to from Brady Burkhart and Matthew East, the SBR owners. But SBR is not a team to play around with helping one another, as it was shown at Daytona in the Crown Royal 300, that may have cost them the victory to Zachary Racing. But coming down off a turn 4, pace truck making the hard left-hand turn. Let's determine a chase grid. Here we go. 54 more laps around the 1.5 mile oval here at Chicagoland.
Flags in the air. Fitzwater and Fletcher leading us down. Matty Porta is not going to waste any time. He ducks to the inside of Dusty Neal. Gets aggressive on these restarts. Alex Fletcher drops like a rock on that outside line. Irving Allison almost turned down by Alex Beniaco. And Matty Porta does not even want to let his teammate lead this first lap. There he goes. Into the race lead goes the 20, and it's Matty Porta off of turn number 4. He's going to try to lead lap number 1. Alex Fletcher stacking up at the back, but now Paul Jackson attacking Fitzwater 3 wide across the line.
3 wide for the lead here. Fitzwater, the slow truck in the middle. He'll probably back out. Porta trying to lay the gas down on the high side. Great racing here early at Chicagoland, but it's going to be Paul Jackson in the 13 coming out on top. Down the curve, back straight away toward turn number 3. Porta still trying to fight high on his teammate Fitzwater. Dusty Neal holding his own, but Jay Jefferson getting out of the apron a little bit there, trying to work underneath.
Big run off of 4 by Matty Porta as he's going to take the lead back. He is mathematically able to win this regular season title, just like he was mathematically able to win the championship last season. He almost did that. Could he do this today? He's 35 points back, but he still has to beat Carson Bauers and Austin Murray. The only way that's going to happen is if both of them were the first drivers to crash out. Don't think that's going to happen. Paul Jackson back on the outside, looking for that race lead.
Looks like that high side's getting massive runs here. Fitzwater still holding his own there in third. Let's take a look a little bit back. We got that big group of cars just not too far behind. Tib Foster, that is the 82 fighting there. Spurley Tube getting it right there underneath the 21 of Alex Fletcher. That's his teammate. And Anderson Reed trying to get his stump into the chase as well.
Big packs together. Of course, that's what we saw yesterday. But right now, a bit more clean up in front and in the back, which is good there. As Austin Murray's going to make me regret that statement. Drives right to the inside and trying to move Cody Goforth. He wants to win this regular season title. The past 2 champions have done so as well, but right now he is mired back in traffic in this backpack. Matty Porta out in front, Dusty Neal and Zachary Fitzwater still up here, but here's yesterday's winner, Jay Jefferson, and who started this race from 11th. He finished this race 3rd yesterday. Carson Bauers fighting for that regular season title.
Jay Jefferson has the setup nailed here at Chicagoland. He is just so good at this track. I think a lot of the Dodge teams are as well. He is making his way up the field here early. Irving Allison knows that he wants that wild card as well. He's fighting up here. Boy, a big slide up the track for Neal.
Neal, it looks like he might have drove in too hard with Zachary Fitzwater right behind him. And Fitzwater holding his own for once up front. That's good to see from that Sauber Racing Team entry as his teammate continues to lead this race. Paul Jackson, one of the drivers that is surprising that he is still he still has one of these top rides, though he did make the chase last season for GoDaddy Motorsports, got moved over to Zachary Racing with this equipment. He is 16th in points. He's 60 back from pointing his way in, so he's in a must-win scenario and would need to pass at least Irving Allison, Alex Peters, and Zachary DeLello in the points. So it's a long shot for him, but he's doing everything he can. Further back, there is Irving Allison trying to just finish this race strong. Carson Bauers also up here. You got Carter Friesen. There's Beniaco. And Anderson Reed, one of the hottest drivers on the circuit so far, the strongest of the Onjauto trucks by far other than Carson Bauers. This 41 team's moving strong, but his team owner, Peter Onjak, he's also trying to bring that up. And Tib Foster in that 40 as well.
Onjak not only wants that home win here, he wants that second win to claim a wild card spot, make his way into the chase. Reed is currently in on points. He's ahead of Carter Friesen, who's right ahead of him here on track. Let's see this battle here as Spurley Tube's thinking about making it 3 wide, but Reed can't get underneath Friesen.
Up front, they're continuing to pull away, but this is the big battle on track. And you see that inside line doesn't work because sometimes they're so packed and 3 wide is dangerous here. We've seen that multiple times cause crashes. But these guys kind of get down on that apron, get squeezed down, and it's really not as strong as that outside line is sometimes. So this track, multiple grooves, nice to race here. They just need to be able to keep it clean for more than a few laps. But right now, early on, we're staying clean and green. 10 of 54 complete. We are making our way through this race. Logan Cloud moving his way to the front. He is now mathematically out of being able to win the regular season title, which we thought he would have been a contender. But he's starting to bring himself back through this field for Pedal to Metal Racing. You think Cloud's going to still be a contender because his last few races have been pretty down for this team.
He just needs a little confidence boost, and these mile and a halves usually seem to be that for him. He had a fine race going yesterday, but unfortunately got stuck a lap down after a collision on the exit of pit road. So if you can have a clean race today, I think he'll have some heavy confidence coming in to Canadian Tire coming up for the start of the chase.
He is one of those strong trucks, one of the top 5 trucks in the garage area. It's just, again, been a down. It's been downhill since he won those 2 races earlier this season, but still great for that team. Up front, Dusty Neal, Zachary Fitzwater, give these two a shout out real quick. These two aren't coming from the big money teams like Onjauto, Shade Burkhart Racing. Sauber Racing Team is very strong, but this is a brand new truck that hasn't got much love this season, and CFRO just expanded to their full-time program. They are running very well. Neal has had some good runs this season. Fitzwater not as much, but both of them hanging strong in the top 10. Carson Bauers almost into the back of Fitzwater as Benyako jumps to the inside, but these two drivers trying to hold their own, staying inside the top 10.
Yeah, Benyako's not playing around, nor is Bowers. They want to get past these slower trucks before they lose too much time to the top 4. They've broken away by 4 seconds. Paul Jackson still leading over Matty Porter. Let's take a look up there real quick, even though it's 3 wide. Look at this. 2-car tandems basically down the back straightaway coming into 3. Who's going to have the advantage? Irving tries to send it 3 wide for the lead, but Porter's going to work the high side to his advantage. And now, can Irving close out P2s? Are going to make contact? No, they don't. It's very tight off turn 4. Just got to watch that, some of these guys, when they're battling, especially 3 wide.
Matty Porta out in front trying to pull away from that group as they're battling back there. Porta has 1 career win in the NSDCA. That's Dover in Season 2 of the Mountain Dew Custom Series. The road course driver lost it last time out at Watkins Glen on the final lap when Anderson Reed was able to get around him. And now he wants to show that he's going to be another championship contender for Sauber Racing Team. Last season for Mid-South Automotive, he drove that 20 in by points, as well as Carson Bauers. Both of those drivers now fighting for the regular season championship. Cars in the wall. There's some spin there. It might have been Larry Hagan. He's still driving out there. We'll get a replay when we can, but some smoke down in turn 1. Might have been Larry Hagan getting sent around.
Yeah, I can't take a look at that. Got to look at this action here in the top 5. Irving Allison shoved up into the gray. He keeps his foot in the gas. Somehow doesn't hit the wall. Really close to it off the corner there. And now it's his teammate Benyako coming to assist him as he fights Jackson and Jefferson.
Back here as these guys are battling, that brings Carson Bauers and Carter Friesen into it. Bauers right now sits as your regular season champion, but Austin Murray is on the move. It's still going to be a while for him to get up there, but there's still a long way to go, especially with pit stops coming up. Remember, about 30 laps is the fuel window, so if this race can somehow go green the entire way, that means we'd have just 1 green flag pit stop, but we saw yesterday there were 2 pit stops for some people. Jay Jefferson and Carson Bauers now fighting for this spot right here in the 5th position. But Bauers, it's been a great season. 0 wins still, but 11 top 10s in the 14 races, looking for his 12th today. The only driver with double-digit top 10s. Next drivers in line are Murray and Porta with 9 apiece. But this Onjauto team has really shot up from last season, especially with the struggles and the equipment struggles they've had. And now Bauers is fighting for a championship.
Bauers there trying to work around the high side of Jefferson. He does. Looks like the outside is the groove where you want to be. But we can't forget about Carter Friesen holding down that bubble spot. He's been passed by Benyako. But compared to where the positions of some of these guys are, he'd still probably hold it over him, right?
And right now, yes, he would. Alex Benyako, of course, he does not have a win, so he is either win this race or point his way in. He will not get a wild card slot for that. But if Benyako does win this race, then Carter Friesen and Irving Allison would be battling for that final transfer spot. Allison right now sits in 2nd, so he's trying to win this race. But maybe Alex Benyako, he's going to try to get up there. Maybe he's on the radio trying to talk to Matthew Eves on that pit box saying, hey, what's that setup with that 82? He's pretty fast. I want to get up there as well.
Yeah, it was a non-impound race. None of the NSDCA races have an impound, so some of these teams are able to translate their setups between the races, adjust them when they need to. So I think they just really boosted that 82.
Allison is really flying today. He's now going for Matty Porta for the race lead. Paul Jackson, Alex Benyako right behind him, and Carson Bauers rounds out this top 5. Logan Cloud has brought his way into the top 10, as well as Jose Perez. And Jose Perez, we'll talk about him and go back to watch him after this battle is over up front. But Jose Perez, he is the last driver eligible to make the chase, and that is only if he wins this race, because then he'd have the 2 wins and would go ahead of everyone else. As Alex Beniaco makes the move for third, Irving Allison going to fight back on Porta. But Jose Perez, the last driver that is able to win this race and make the chase, but he is in that must-win scenario. Almost won this race last season, but Jay Jefferson passed him again. Now Alex Beniaco making a big move on the outside. It looks like they're hitting the long run, and he's going for the race lead as he's chasing down Matty Porta.
Obviously, yesterday's race saw a big shake-up with the cautions coming out early. Today, we've seen a long green flag run to kick off. I highly doubt this race is going to go caution-free, especially because we've had an accident, I believe, possibly with that 23 earlier. He's now 2 laps down. Let's take a quick look to the back of the field, though. Looking through, there's Jose Perez there. Anderson Reed chugging through here in the mid-pack. There's Onjauto, Fitzwater still slipping back. Alex Peters has made some ground up, though. He didn't get a good invert. Obviously got taken out in the big one yesterday, but he's fighting Peter Onjauto, and those two could possibly sneak their way up into a wild card spot because DJ Curtis is buried further back in the field. Austin Murray still riding around there in the mid-pack in his 88. He's gotten past Ryan Butcher today, so those two probably won't wreck each other once again. Tim Foster still slipping a little bit more back. Zachary DeLello there as well in the midfield. Look at this battle, though. 3 wide there. Murray gets split by Peters and Burkhardt.
Burkhardt's going to get the wall there. Austin Murray started this race outside in the 35th position. He's up into the top 16, not what Carson Bauers wants to see. Further back, Dusty Neal has now really slipped back. It looks like that 97 starting to fade away at the end. There is DJ Curtis. He's fighting for one of those wild card slots right now, and it's not going well for him. There you see Diego Yepes in that 77. He was dominant here last season, of course, with a different team. Alex Fletcher's pretty much last. Sebastian Kukulon back here as well. There's Goforth and Larry Hagan. Battle for the race lead as Beniaco, Irving Allison, and Matty Porta go after it. We're going to go ahead and take you guys to an NSDCA nonstop here as they're battling for the race lead. 25 of 54 complete. Bring you guys back to the action and hopefully for pit stops as we continue green for the first 25 laps here at Chicagoland.
The 2 for $5 mix and match deal from McDonald's is back. Choose from some of your all-time favorites. It's time to celebrate because 2 for $5 mix and match is back.
Come feel the freshness.
Tropicana.
Tropicana Pure Premium shades your morning with a taste so fresh, so pure, so natural.
Tropicana.
Pure Premium. Only Florida oranges. With nothing added, nothing taken away. The taste could only be one.
Tropicana.
Feel the freshness. It's pure Tropicana.
Welcome back to the McDonald's McPick 2-300 here from Chicagoland. The racing is intense like we've seen all day long. It's been a green flag run, and we came back at the perfect time. Pit stops coming down for our leaders. Beniaco, Porta, Bauers, Cloud, and others in. Irving Allison and others playing the long run. These guys getting the undercut here. Jade Burkhardt Racing had some poor pit stops, especially with that 82 team, so maybe the overcut will benefit them, but we'll have to see what Fresh Tires does as they will be good to the end here. Beniaco bringing it down with probably about over half of the field.
This pit stop, you do not want to mess around. It's been green this entire way. If it was a caution or if it was like yesterday with only a few laps left in the race, fuel only or 2 tires would work, but 4 tires is key here, and you need your pit crew to hit their marks. Irving Allison now bringing it on down. Alex Beniaco will lead us out. Logan Cloud is really moving through this field. Porta might lose a spot or 2, but Alex Beniaco leading us back around. 1 truck stays out. Is that Dylan Young trying to get himself a lap led? And it is. So, actually,
lead it.
Maxwell Fye got that lap led. So, this time by, I think Dylan should be able to get it, even if he pits. Actually, his pit box is at the end, so maybe he won't even lead a lap. Larry Hagan came down pit road because he had a spin earlier. Now, remember, let's just hope they come off a pit road clean because Spurley-Tube and Kukulon were about to fight each other, and then Spurley-Tube sent Kukulon to the Shadow Realm down here in turn number 3. As they come back out there, you see Cody Smart in the 72. Irving Allison's coming back out, but Beniaco will take the race lead away, and the rest of the field coming on out. I just want to ensure Everyone comes out as safe as possible. Burkhart was on the grass over there. But everyone's cycling on through green flag pit stops. We're heading through this race, and Dylan Young, he will lead his first career Crown Royal Truck Series lap. I believe Alex Banyaka will shuffle around as Cody Smart will be a lap down. Maxwell Fye came down, looks like a lap later than everyone else, and if I can get back to Alex Banyaka, that'd be nice. There he is. He is your race leader right now as they will cycle back around to this 83 team. This could be a good run and could possibly get him in the chase if this race goes green. Driver in second, fast on these 1.5 miles, Logan Cloud.
Cloud had a great pit stop up. Banyako had a better one. Bauers, Allison, and Porta still up here. They make up your top 5. Let's take a look a little bit further back. Jake Jefferson also up here. And then you got side-by-side battling between Friesen and Spurley Tube. Perez and Jackson. Is that a caution? Yes, it is. Who's wrecked?
Big one. Tib Foster, Maxwell Fay, Dylan Young, Sebastian Kukulon, Logan Bradley are all in it, including Roger Ray in the 05, the 01 of Scott Roush. So BGM just got totaled. Eric Monaco's in it.
The leaders got through.
They're coming around. We will see. They have taken all the drivers off of the track, which is very good, very fast by the NSDCA crews on a live racetrack. Alex Banyako leads us around. Cloud will be second. A lot of drivers torn up in this one. Thankfully, not as big as yesterday's, but many drivers. Logan Bradley involved once again. Many others. We'll look at that later. But now Alex Banyako's pit strategy, it gets him in the lead, but now he's going to have to defend.
So the long green flag run comes to an end here after these stops. Banyako's gap, like you said, is going to go down. Now Cloud's going to be all over him. We've seen how that 91 is quick at these 1.5 miles. How's he going to fare today? Because obviously last time out, he did not have a good truck. Did they get the overnight setup right like they did for the SBR trucks? We'll just have to wait and see. But Larry Hagens, he's going to be stuck in the middle of these leaders as well. So who knows how he's going to fare on the restart, especially if he does have a little bit of damage from that earlier crash.
Now, Larry still has to come down, I think, so he might take this opportunity to do so. Going to pick up a few spots there for BK Racing due to that crash. But Alex Banyako in the race lead. Let's see. Nathan Stapleton has damage in that 49. Diego Yepes back down pit road. He might have got a piece of that. Cody Smart and Casey Mears were far enough back. Tib Foster, heartbreak for them, but it does not look like they have too much damage to that 40. Just some minor damage there. Maxwell Fye has some major damage. Tib might have to come down. I think he was sideways, so he might have flat spotted those tires. Rest of the field pacing on around. Everyone pretty much clean. A couple guys out of this one. Let's go ahead and take a quick look, see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day. Chicagoland.
In a similar accident to yesterday's between Kukulon and Spurley Tube, it's going to be a car merging off the pit road once again. The angled back rodeo makes it hard for the sight lines, and Tib Foster misjudges how far the 16 came up, got into him. They're both going to go around. Brady Burkhart with nowhere to go. He's going to hit the back of the 40 as Fye slides up the track as well. And at this point, turn 3, a lot of these guys running the higher lines, they're not going to make it through. Fitzwater really close to Burkhart there. But these guys are going to slide down the track. Nowhere for Roger Ray to go. Jake Galloway gets punted up by Burkhart into the wall. Sebastian Kukulon got hurt yesterday. He doesn't take too hard of a hit. He's reported that he is fine. But at this point, the track's blocked. Stapleton plows in. There's Yepes. There's Bradley. Just sliding along. A lot of these guys with nowhere else to go. Dylan Young there kisses the back of that 99. He slides out of that. So that's a tough break for the 17. Kukulon barely gets touched there by his teammate. Eric Monaco as well does a great job of avoiding that. Scott Roush, loose on the apron, nowhere to go, does get a piece of it as well. And does Eli Bright? No, he misses Kukulon. So that's pretty much it with the mini big one compared to yesterday's.
On board with Roger Ray and the Diego Yepes Incorporated number 05. Maxwell Fye, you see him just merge up there. Tib Foster was low. Faye was coming up. Nowhere for Tib to go. They hit the wall and nowhere for Ray to go through that smoke screen. Hits Brady Burkhart and then just gets hit a couple more times. And he is able to drive it back to pit road, but his day will be done in that number 05.
The Legion on board was carried by Eric Monaco today as you see the smoke developing all the way in turn 3. Monaco's got to make some decisions. How does he get through this wreck? Slams on the brakes, goes to the apron, track parts, the C's part for him, raises and comes down into Yepes. He gets onto the grass, butts the lawn a little bit, and slips right out clean from that one.
Under caution for the first time today, Maxwell Fye, Tib Foster get together as Fye comes off of pit road. Everyone else just piles in. Any drivers now out of this one. Luckily, none of the wild card drivers or chase contenders involved in this one. So get you guys back to the action after this. Chicagoland.
Five important facts. 1. Crude oil is crude. 2. Natural gas is pure. 3. Pennzoil is the first motor oil made from natural gas, not crude. 4. It gives you unbeatable engine protection. And 5. You can't beat that. The proof is in the Pennzoil.
The NSDCA on NBCSN is presented by Menards. Save big money at Menards, and with our new 11% rebate deal, you can get a rebate on everything you buy that fits in that brown paper bag. But anyways, we have 18 to go here at Chicagoland in the McDonald's McPick 2 300 race number 2 here, and it's Alex Beniaco leading over Logan Cloud. Beniaco trying to make it the chase, trying to win a race this season in his rookie year. Cloud still trying to fight for as many bonus points he can before the chase, trying to get his third win in the CRTS this season. Carson Bauers still trying to hold off Austin Murray for the regular season title. They're behind him, and everything else then trying to get into the chase as well. Porta not out of the regular season fight, but he's going to need some help, especially with Bauers ahead of him and Murray behind him, and then Jefferson and Friesen, both with one win this season, trying to secure the championship spot.
Of this top 15 for the restart, only 2 of them do not have a chance at making the chase. That is Riley Spurley-Tube rolling off in 9th, Ryan Butcher in 15th. These guys are going to be fighting hard for the final 18 laps here at Chicagoland. Beniaco, Cloud, Bauers, Allison, Porta lead us down. Green flags in the air. We are racing once again at Chicagoland.
He's fighting. Friesen got shoved up to the high side by Jefferson's teammate Spurley-Tube. That might be a little bit of team strategy there. Austin Murray trying to push the lap car of Dustin Neal out of the way. We couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. He sat about a lap on pit road. But now pushing down toward turn 3. Porta not afraid to use the bumper on Allison. Nearly gets to the inside of him, but has to back out. Bauers trying to fight around the high side, and can Cloud muscle underneath Beniaco, this time through the tri-oval.
Carson Bauers, this is the hometown track for the team, Onjauto. Bauers now looking for a top 5 run once again, but more importantly, wants to win. If he can win the race and the regular season title, that's 20 bonus points heading into the chase. Austin Murray right now, if he won this, won the regular season title, is Bauers now 3 wide as he was trying to make a move under Allison, and now looking under Logan Cloud. Allison right on the bottom of him. That outside line might work better. Bauers has to slide up and check up. He's going to lose a bit of time. Austin Murray's right back there. It's 4 points separating the 25 and the 88 coming into this one, and Murray has been on the charge through this race.
High stakes racing here at the magnificent mile and a half, they call it, here in Chicagoland. Now pushing off the corner. Jefferson and Friesen fighting underneath Carson Bauers. It's a tandem out front with the 83 and 91. Now can Friesen work to the inside down here. Can't quite do it. He gets the apron just a little bit. That's not going to work. Jefferson throws the block.
Jose Perez bounces off the wall further back. There's Austin Murray. Now has to get around Paul Jackson, Jose Perez. There is Gibson and Reed. Both of these guys, points drivers, trying to race their way in. Now Perez and Jackson might have made some contact there. Austin Murray needs some help, and Anderson, Reed, and Peter Onjak right back there. They're trying to help him out and possibly try to pass him. Battle for the race lead. Logan Cloud to the inside of Beniaco. We're coming around to 14 laps to go. Cloud now looking for this race lead, and he is side by side with Alex Beniaco. Give it to the 91. He wants to make a statement before the chase, carry some momentum, but now he has to fight the SBR duo. Irving Allison in that 82 truck has been bad fast all race long. He's right there, and yesterday's winner, Jay Jefferson, there as well. Further back, Austin Murray holding up this second pack of trucks as they run, but up front, Irving Allison has lost some time. Cloud pulling away, but Beniaco does not want to lose this chase battle. He's going to fight right back to the back of that 91.
Hard racing throughout this field here at Chicagoland. Beniaco chasing down Cloud. Let's take a look back just a couple of spots to that big group of cars. Porta's broken away just a little bit. Bauers as well ahead, but Austin Murray making an absolute train back here. Holding up guys like Anderson, Reed, Zachary DeLello. Somebody was on the apron. That was Ryan Butcher. But yeah, Anderson, Reed, Alex Peters, those guys trying to get a wild card spot, make the chase. They need as many points as they could, and Murray may have just stacked the deck a little bit on that.
Anderson Reed is pretty strong right now, pretty well in points. He is 7th after that race win and a strong performance yesterday. Right now, he's just outside the top 10, so he's just trying to manage his time, manage those points. But Carson Bauers has now dropped back to 8th. There is Austin Murray. That is the battle for the regular season title as Murray's dropping back. Up front, Alex Banyako is taking it back, but here comes the 2-time Chicagoland winner, Jay Jefferson. He's in 4th. Irving Allison is right there as well. We got battles all over the place on this racetrack as Porta is trying to move up. Now Bowers has to hold on over Austin Murray as Riley Spurleytube holds between them, but Alex Banyako back in the race lead. 11 laps to go.
He's trying to get his teammate right there behind him. Allison all over the back bumper of that 91. If you remember last season here at Chicagoland, Cloud wrecked out late with Diego Yepes, but Diego's not a factor today. He got swept up in the big one. Jefferson not afraid to look underneath Allison. He backs out just a little bit and really backs out in the corner, getting out of that apron just once again. The track is slick. The grooves are a plenty here, but that bottom doesn't seem where you really want to be, especially in 3.
Make those dives, but it's not enough. Carson Bauers now only 1 spot ahead of Austin Murray. That's not enough. He needs to be at least 3 spots ahead. I believe he has a lap led this race, but you can correct me on that later on when the points come out. Carson Bauers is doing everything he can to hold on over Austin Murray. Murray right now, if he wins the regular season title with his 3 race wins already, he would have, as he almost hits Bowers, he would have 30 points heading into the chase. Carson Bauers would end up only with 10 points if he finishes 2nd. They are side by side for that championship spot right there. And give it to Austin Murray. The 88 Lavazza entry soars right past. Back up front there battling is Matty Porta in that 20 trying to get himself into the battle. Inside now, 7 to go this time by.
The racing is hard. Oh my goodness, Irving Allison. You couldn't even put a piece of paper between those two coming through 3 and 4. Allison is trying to defend for his teammate and not let Logan Cloud sneak past that win and possibly boot Banyako out of the chase. But where he is right now, he's got a good amount of points on some of those guys, so I think he'll really benefit.
Matty Porta back here in 5th. Don't count him out. Of course, he's won at ovals before, not big ovals like this, and he does not have those road course wins, but he is consistent, he is fast, and he is one of the top drivers in the NSDCA. As Jay Jefferson now pushes Cloud past, he wants to win. He wants to sweep this weekend. Here he comes to the inside now, looking for 2nd on Cloud. If he could sweep this weekend, that'd be both doubleheaders swept in the series this season. And right now, Cloud versus Jefferson for 2nd. Cloud has that outside line. But Porta right now, he's 3rd as Cloud makes a move. Screw Porta. We're going to watch this battle as Jefferson might make it 3 wide. Cloud sends it into the corner, and he's going to go up high. Coasts up the track. Now Banyako has to chase him down once again, and Irving Allison's going to use that outside line. Pulls off into 3rd. Jefferson 4th, Porta 5th, but Carter Friesen starting to catch in that 85. Carson Bauers has passed Austin Murray again, but he really needs Murray to drop back in these last few laps for Jackson and Spurleytube to catch him. Neal's a lap car, and there's Anderson Reed so far back. I think Austin Murray might have this regular season champ in the bag, but Logan Cloud out in front trying to show Murray that he ain't washed up anymore, and he's going to win this one, but SBR catching him right behind.
Saw Jay Jefferson's truck yesterday really break out on these long runs, but that may have just been his only shot for the win as we just hit the 5 to go mark because he's really slipped back. He's about a 2nd back. We've seen some incredible gaps worked up here, but I think that might be no dice for the 40-18. Now it's going to be between the 91-82, maybe even that 83. Coming down into turn 3, Allison stalking the Ray Bestis GMC.
Allison, he is the rookie. Last season in the Mountain Dew Custom Series, he really didn't do much in that 83, but he got the All-Star Open win, put him in the All-Star race. This 82 team was a questionable for this season. They didn't know if he'd be good. They didn't know if he'd be bad. And right now, he's fighting for a chase berth for this SBR team and looking like he could be the only one in. Alex Banyako's dropped to 3rd. He does have a nice points gap. He's running up front, but he could still fall back and anything can happen. But now, coming down to 3 laps to go, Logan Cloud over Irving Allison. Jefferson gets around Alex Banyako back there as Banyako's truck starts to fade. Can Irving Allison have anything for this number 91?
You gotta remember, Irving Allison stole the win at Memphis with that late race caution racing back to the line in those Eris colors. Can he do it again? He's hunting down the 91. We could have lap traffic. Somebody's off the pace up there, but I think they won't catch Nathan Stapleton before this one's over. I want to take a quick look through the field one more time just to see where everybody is, possibly see where they all shake out. Looking back, Murray up the track. That won't really matter. Any Bauers really can't gain on anybody else. Further back, there's Jose Perez. He's out of it. Reed and DeLello racing for all they can. They might get a wild card. Curtis slipping back between some of these guys. That's not going to help them. Onjek's out as well. Fitzwater into the wall. He's not doing anything from the pole position. Probably like expected, though. Tip Foster, a lot of these guys back here with damage as well. But coming around, it's coming to 2 laps to go left, and Logan Cloud has checked out.
Logan Cloud in this 91 is going to receive the white flag this time by. He has been strong this race. He's drove it his way through the field, and now he's looking for that race win. Irving Allison is very far behind, but Nathan Stapleton still could be a factor in this if they catch him in time. Stapleton's fast enough that he might not hold up Cloud, but Irving Allison slow down the back. He took that inside line. Logan Cloud has been struggling the last few races, but this time around, it's not going to matter. He's going to show Austin Murray that he is a championship threat and wants to build on that momentum. 7 races left in the season, but Logan Cloud wins it at Chicagoland.
Real quick apology for misreading the ticker there.
That's all right, but it is Logan Cloud taking the race win. Further back, Carson Bauers, he did everything he could, but that last restart, you see Austin Murray's going to pull up alongside him, giving him a good game for that one, but Murray will be your regular season champion, enter the regular season with the most points ever in the from a regular season title, 30 points in the championship heading in. 3 wins and 15 points goes to the regular season champion. The previous records went by Blake Maurice and Diego Yepes. They both had 2 wins in the regular season and won the championship, 25 points. Logan Cloud takes the win. That'll give him 15 points heading into the chase, but I'm going to take a quick look. We're going to take a quick break here, bring guys back after we have finally calculated the 10 drivers that will be in the chase. Get you guys that news in just a second. Results are in. Austin Murray will be crowned the regular season champion. Second in points and getting 10 bonus points will be Carson Bauers, losing it by just 3 points. It was a hard-fought battle for the 25 team, but it just came down to the end like that. In third is Matty Porta. He will gain 5 points, but 0 wins for him. Logan Cloud, with his 3rd win of the season, will boost him to the 2nd seed of the chase. He will have 15 points in that number 91 heading into the chase. Jay Jefferson will also get 5 bonus points for winning a race last time out at Chicagoland. DJ Gibson points his way in, 6th in the standings. Anderson Reed points his way in, 7th in the standings. And the final driver in the grid, the number 85 of Carter Friesen, points his way in with 2 wild card drivers, those being Irving Allison in the 82, and by 12 points over Alex Peters, DJ Curtis will be the final driver, top 10.
Guys like Alex Piniaco, Alex Peters, Peter Onjek, Gatlin Downey, Zachary DeLello, Paul Jackson, Jose Perez. Those were all your other guys that were eligible for the chase coming into today. They won't make it.
A heartbreak for Alex Piniaco. He was leading in the final 10 laps. Just lost it. The truck just fell away from him. He came home 5th. 6 points separated him from Carter Friesen. That would have been if he finished 2nd. He would have made the championship. So heartbreak for Alex Piniaco. But now he gets to help out his teammate Irving Allison make it. That puts in this grid as they sit on there. Heading into the chase, it'll be 2,030 points for Austin Murray. 2,015 points for Logan Cloud, 2,010 for Carson Bauers, 2,005 for Matty Porta, Anderson Reed, Jay Jefferson, and Carter Friesen, 2,000 points for DJ Gibson, and DJ Curtis, Irving Allison. Those will be your 10 drivers heading into the chase. They will adorn those special purple banner or purple spoilers and I believe that and nameplates for the Most Sport race. And Anderson Reed, as we said at the beginning of the season, if a driver made the chase that was uncharted, they will be locked into the 7 chase races, as that would be very unfair for them fighting for a championship, and they made it the whole way, but would not be able to fight for those 7 races. I think that is a fair deal. It's just temporary, though, just for those 7 races. Reed misses 1 race this season at Road America, comes back with a bang and takes home a 7th place in the regular season standings. We'll be fighting for the championship. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. The McPick 2 doubleheader this weekend here at Chicagoland. And it was an exciting race. The second one, only one caution, and I think that's very happy for most of those owners, as the first race was very devastating for many drivers. Everyone coming home with some good or bad finishes. However, 10 drivers will be fighting for that championship. The rest of them are just fighting for those race wins. We hope for you guys to join us for all 7 races in the chase. The All-Star Weekend supposed to be coming up soon as well. Mosport will be the first race of the 7-race chase for the Crown Royal Trucks title. I thank Peter for joining me once again in the booth, and we hope that you have enjoyed the co-coms this season. Hopefully we'll have some more for the chase races. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time on the NSDCA.